It is my great pleasure to share with you an educational speech. Why am I doing this? For a couple of reasons. We have a large number of new members. Believe it or not, we do have a large number of new members. We actually have a large number of members. However, they all seem to be focused on a hockey game tonight or out dancing amongst the daisies or something. They're not here. However, for those of you who are here, hopefully this will become beneficial for you. Our club is a place with a lot of energy. Our meetings usually are a lot of fun. We normally have about twice this number of people, and it's a fairly raucous caucus. There's a lot that goes on here. However, let's get back to the roots and the basics to some degree. Toastmasters International is, first and foremost, an educational organization. Now, we make it interesting, we make it fun as we go along. However, this is a chance for people to learn and to grow. And there are a number of ways in which that happens. Each person who joins Toastmasters, at some point, really, it will happen, at some point will receive 2 different manuals. And I have some copies here tonight for some of our newer members who haven't received theirs yet. You have the Competent Communication Manual and the Competent Leadership Manual. I'll start with the one that's the most obvious. And first I'll begin by saying, or asking a question, why do we have these manuals? As with any sort of educational organization or educational effort, you need some way to track your progress. Back in school we had report cards. That was fun, wasn't it? Just love report card day. In university, same sort of thing. You get marks posted up on a board at the end of the term. That's how they determine your GPA. That's how they determine whether you earn a degree or not. Things are similar with Toastmasters. We have 2 educational tracks. 2, count them, 2. The competent communication, as I say, is relatively obvious. What they've done here is taken the whole art of preparing and giving a speech, and they've broken it down into 10 exercises. And the intent of that is to allow people to focus in on one thing at a time. How many people here are golfers? Okay, and this analogy probably won't mean very much for you. When you're golfing, if you're trying to have a perfect golf swing, there are about 6 or 7 things you need to remember and need to get right in order to swing properly. It's much the same thing with giving a speech. With this manual here, they break it down into components. We just heard a speech from Dave right now. That exercise was getting organized. There's also an exercise on get to the point, how to use words effectively, how to use body language and gestures, how to use vocal variety and use your voice. There's a section on doing research. And the intent of this is twofold: to help you focus in on a specific area, and you can either see that you do this very well, or you can maybe see that's an area that needs practice. It also gives you an opportunity to get that practice. Every chance you get to get up here on stage, take it. Whether it's a 6-minute prepared speech or a 2-minute table topic or taking on a role and saying, this is what I do as a counter. Every chance we have to stand up and speak before a crowd is an opportunity to practice. In going through, you can go through this at whatever pace you wish. Some people burn through this like there's no tomorrow. Other folks take a little bit longer. It's really up to you. Once a person completes the Competent Communication Manual, you're ready to begin. Now that sounds facetious, but it's not meant to be. This lays the foundation. Going through this exercise book lays the foundation for becoming a proficient speaker. Once you've completed this, there's a real bonus. As soon as you send in or tell our Minister of Education, our Ministers of Education, that you've completed this, they send information to California, which is the home of Toastmasters International, and you get 2 free advanced manuals. So just having a couple of freebies is not a bad thing. They're normally $6 a shot. 12 bucks free stuff, I don't mind that at all. Toastmasters has 25 or 26 different advanced manuals. Therefore, once you've completed this, you can go on to manuals like being an entertaining speaker, being a storyteller. You could be doing special occasion speeches, doing sales, a number of different very specific areas. However, it all begins with going through and completing these exercises and becoming proficient as a speaker using this manual. The other educational track that we have is the competent leadership track. And this one doesn't get as much focus, doesn't get as much attention, but in many ways it's equally important. And certainly Toastmasters thinks it's equally important. And this organization has been around for about 76, 77 years, no, 86 years. So they've been doing something right. What this is intended to do is to make sure that when you're taking on a role for a meeting, and usually at one of these meetings, especially tonight since there are 15 of us here, the people who have roles outnumber the people who do not have roles. Anything you do at one of these meetings, drawing breath, you get credit for it. The fact that you lived through the meeting, you get acknowledged. I mean, okay, I'm being a bit facetious, but being timer, being an evaluator, being an